We are back Wednesday and rezero is here. Guys, let me tell you something. I've seen some people complaining that first episode was a little slow, but the second episode wastes absolutely no time. From here on in, guys, Arc 6 is officially in full gear, okay? And this episode, we get lots and lots of death, okay? Classic ReZero. Guys, not to mention, while the episodes are bangers, that opening, oh my god. Opening of the year. Seriously. These DJs have been real quiet since that opening aired, because every time I hear it, I am jumping, okay? Bruv, ReZero is so back, baby, and episode 2 of season 4 is absolutely insane. And that cliffhanger, guys, oh my gosh, I am already looking forward to next week's episode. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and today we are talking ReZero season 4 episode 2. Let's jump right into it, guys. Picking up where we left off in the last episode, everybody's together, we've got our party together, and we're heading to the watchtower, okay? We're on our way, we're crossing the sand dunes, okay? As they're on their way to the sand dunes, Subaru and Amelia, they stop in at this bar to get some information. You know, they just stop in this local town, and the bartender is basically telling them, like, you guys are better off not going. People go there all the time and they don't come back. Remember, guys, Reinhard could not even get to the Pleiades Watchtower. So for our crew right now, this is the mission of a lifetime. All right. And they actually get some good information out of the bartender, because he tells them, if you get lost, which they inevitably end up getting, he tells them to follow the birds, right? We don't really understand what that means at that time, but we will. And I gotta say, guys, I am sorry, but Amelia thick as fuck this season. Like, damn, bruv. I'm like, holy, y'all see that thigh gap? It's like, it's crazy, bro. I don't know. It's like, bruv. Yo, Subaru, that's my guy, bro. That's my dog. You gotta put some respect on his name. Bro bagged the baddest elf on the planet, bro. It's madness. Alright, give a W for Subaru in the chat. Cause I'm like, yo, she got that shit on, bro. You know, they all got their little desert fits on, you know. Subaru got his little thing on too, you know, like they just, you know, they looking all clean. They got that desert drip going on, you know what I'm saying? But they're on their way to, they keep going, and they're making their way to the watchtower. I do love that we're getting more Julius and Subaru moments, and it's only natural with what Julius is going through right now, right? He doesn't really have anybody. Everybody's forgotten him. So Subaru is kind of the only person he can turn to. So over the course of the arc, we're going to see their relationship get deeper and stronger. And it really is just a testament to how far Subaru has grown in himself. You know what I mean? From season 1, when Julius beat the dog shit out of him, to now, you know, where Julius respects him and thinks of him as a comrade, you know, as a important ally. You know, it's really good to see that relationship blossom. You know, like, I always love seeing those little Subaru and Julius moments. And Subaru can act like he doesn't like Julius, but we all know Subaru loves my boy Julius, all right? Subaru loves the guy. But they're getting going, right? And they're making their way. And honestly, guys, I gotta say, the MVP of this episode is Maylee. Cause holy, guys, if she was not there, just getting through those sand dunes would be absolute treachery, okay? It's insane. Like, just having her there, she's working overtime, you know? Subaru, like, he doesn't even, like, believe her at a sec. He's like, are you really doing anything? But she's keeping them at bay. There's this moment where this big, giant sandworm comes out, you know? She's like, and just snaps her fingers, and it just, I'm like, holy, you know? It's already hard enough to get to the watchtower, you know? Now, trying to get to the watchtower through sandstorms, miasma, and the mob beasts, oh my god, you're basically just asking for death, you know? So you gotta give it to her. MVP this episode, Meili, like, straight up, it's insane. Even she comes back in later in the episode, and I'm like, yo, if y'all didn't have her, dead, like, actually dead. It's so crazy, you know? But they're making their way through the dunes, and as they're making their way through the dunes, they don't really have to deal with the mob beast thanks to Meili, but they're not really making any progress, you know? They're walking, and Julius and Subaru come to the conclusion that, like, we've been walking for so long, but we haven't made any progress towards the tower. Like, what's going on? And that's where we find out there's, like, a space-time distortion between the dunes and the watchtower, right? And to get to the dunes, you have to go in between the little distortions where the actual sand is connected to the tower, right? So they figure this out because they're getting Ram, to use her clairvoyance to look through the mob beasts and try to find a way. And that's when the birds come in, right? And when the birds come in, Subaru, you know, gets the gears going, and he's like, okay, look through the birds. And they follow the birds, and boom, they burst into this beautiful field of flowers, right? And this is where I say Meili is the MVP, because just as they're about to walk through the flowers, guys, Meili's like, hold up. And the flowers start to move, and this big ass bear just pops up. And I'm like, whoa, you know, what is going on here? But then Meili, MVP, she's like, hold up, I got this, right? She lets them go. And this is where the dumb ground dragon wants to come screaming and alerting all the bears. So this is where they start running, right? And it's crazy. You got Amelia. She's going nuts on the top, throwing icicles at them. You get Julius for a second. Yo, this guy pops up and you just get the cuts them all down. I'm like, yo, that's my boy Julius, man. And mind you guys, Julius is super nerfed right now, okay? He does not have any of his spirit contracts. So this guy is in, like, super base mode, okay? He's just got the night training, and that's it. Straight Kenjutsu, okay? Nerfed to the max right now. Not to the max, but he's nerfed right now, okay? Keep that in mind. Julius is nerfed. That's going to be important later. But anyway, they're running from the bears, right? And as they're running to the tower, boom! Bombaka! Subaru's head gets blown off. It's amazing, incredible. And there we go, guys. The first death of season 4. Boom. It was gruesome. You know, they're on the horse, and next thing you know, Subaru's head just pops like a balloon, you know? Oh my god, they lulled us into a false sense of security this episode. I will not lie. The first half, it was all good. It's all nice, you know? Everybody's getting ready at the mansion. They're getting ready to go, you know? Next thing you know, they're getting through the sand dunes. It's a little hard, but no problem. And then randomly, Subaru's head just gets blown off his body. It's mad. And this, guys, is the first loop of season 4, okay? The first loop of arc 6, because it doesn't end just this one time, right? This is when the second loop starts. And Subaru, this time, he's like, okay, we're gonna change directions. So instead of running straight to the watchtower, they veer course. right? And as they veer course, a ground dragon, or not a ground dragon, a worm, like a ground worm, you know, like one of the dune worms, you know, that ass, literally comes up, and it's about to like eat them, right? And boom, sniper hits the worm, and it collapses behind Subaru. And mind you, Subaru is on Patrosh with Betty, right? Boom, they fall off. Subaru gets up, he's okay, and he's just like looking around, right? And then next thing you know, Patrosh just runs into Subaru, and boom, she takes the sniper bullet that was meant for Subaru. Yo, Patrosh, the most loyal ground dragon ever. Okay, like Patrosh is a real one, steady saving Subaru. Like, yo, honestly, like, I get why Subaru's so attached. Like, I would loop back, you know, like I would loop back just to get Patrosh. No Roni. She is the realest. Unfortunately, though, even though she tries to save him, it doesn't work. And we get this incredibly just heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching, soul-wrenching scene where Betty is just crying over Subaru, you know, and she's like, don't go, you can't leave me, you can't leave me. And then they both get blown up, bruv. Oh my god, bruv. Betty's literally holding Subaru. You see this guy's like intestines and shit, you know, it's gruesome. I'm like, oh my god, just let it end peacefully, you know? Just let it end quick. And boom, explosion on them. I'm like, Mama Clot, kill them both. I'm like, holy shoot. And this is where we get the third try. And you know what they say, guys? Third time is the, what is it? Third is the best? Yep, third time's the charm. Yeah, it really must be, because the third time he does manage to make it through. Now, this is why I say Subaru, you got to give him credit for how smart he is, okay? Because when you come back from a loop, you still have all that trauma, you know? You're still suffering from like the effects of like the last death, you know? But he comes back and he just gets back into motion, you know? He just starts thinking, the gears just start turning, okay? Because he pops back, right, from his second death, and he's like, okay, easy. Before the ground dragon starts making a whole bunch of noise to alert the bears, he reaches out with invisible providence, you know? And he calms the ground dragon down before it can scream. So this is when they're all talking now. They're delegating, and then as they're delegating, like Subaru is like trying to explain the light from the tower, you know, trying to bring attention to it. And as they're explaining it, Ram, she uses her clairvoyance to see the person in the tower, and she's like, yo, like, they're going after Barasu, like they're going after Subaru, you know? And this is when the sniper, boom, another one. And yo, it's like she's throwing lightning bolts from the heavens. I love how they did this, you know? But she's throwing them. Amelia puts up an ice shield, goes right through it, you know? Then Julius, she throws up another one, and Julius comes with a sword, and shoom! Yo, Julius is actually a sicko too. Put some respect on my man's name. Yo, by the end of this season, nobody will ever be any... I mean, not that there's ever Julius slander anyway, not that I know of, but yo, Julius is really about to show why he's that guy this season, man. Like, yo, Julius is about to put on his big boy straps and get that big boy sword, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man, stop playing with me. He's crazy, you know? And as the sniper is attacking, Betty and Subaru, they pull out the EMT, right? Which is basically a magic nullification. It's like a field, like a barrier, right? And anything in that area, the magic is nullified, right? But here's the catch. While it's nullifying the effects of that sniper bullet, you know, it's also messing with the effects of the actual desert, you know, because there's that space-time distortion going on. So as they have their force field put up, the dunes just split open and they all fall in. And that's where we end the episode. we get a little glimpse of you know who. Shala, Shala, Shala. Shala make ya holla. You know what I'm saying? But now we get a little glimpse at Shala, and she's like, you know, I found you. And yo, next episode is gonna be crazy work, guys. We're about to get Subaru and all that and Ram, no? Oh my god, walking through the caves? Yo, you guys are not ready. Lock it in, guys. ReZero, the best anime to ever exist, guys. Like, I ain't joking. I'm not playing. I'm for real. It's here. The time is now, man. Oh my god. Like, I wish we could just fast forward through the weeks to the next week. Because, guys, the next couple episodes are just about to be crazy. Yo, say a R.I.P. in the chat for Subaru, because the next couple loops are about to be so bad, bruv. They're about to be horrible. But that's why we watch, you know? If I'm ever having a bad day, I just come home, watch some ReZero, and I'm like, yo, Subaru can do it, dog. I can do it too, man. You know, give you a little bit of strength. But let me know, what did you guys think about the episode? You guys think it was a banger? You guys know what I thought. 10 out of 10, absolute banger. Of course, next episode is going to be stupid, absolutely nuts, guys. Like, are y'all ready? I don't think y'all are ready. If y'all are ready, drop in the comments below. I'm ready. Because, yo, I think this is going to be, like, my favorite. This is definitely going to be top 3 moments of the season. On God, no cap. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Thank y'all so much for watching. I appreciate y'all. And we will be back with another one. ReZero, baby. The best anime ever. Am I right?